Today, we're going to meet a young couple who went from not really believing in God to having a firm belief in Him. Let's find out more about what changed their mind. Let's welcome to Hope at Night, Mark and Elise Rintira. Now, you guys look like a very beautiful couple. Now, how long have you guys been married for?
3 months.
3 months?
3 months.
We have to make sure we get the date right on that, right? How'd you guys meet?
So we actually went to school together, but we didn't become friends until later in life. I was in a weird place in my life when he messaged me on social media, and one of the first questions he asked me was, "Do you believe in God?" Which was strange.
Now that's a pickup line like I've never heard before.
That's right.
And I was like, of course, yes, because I was raised in a culturally Catholic home, and it would be offensive if anyone didn't believe that I didn't put God first. Of course, we didn't act like that, but that was our answer. Yes, we believe in God.
Right.
And I was like, I have a lot of questions, though. And that's kind of how it all started. I had all these questions, and he started answering some of them, and the ones that we couldn't answer, we were determined to find it out and seek
Now,
it.
Elise, tell us a little bit about your background.
So we went to church on Sundays. I went to Sunday school, and I started asking questions to my teachers, my Sunday school teachers, that they couldn't answer, and they took me to the priest who couldn't exactly answer all of them. And I don't remember all the questions I had. I don't think they were that complex because I was young. I remember having problems with why would this all-loving God flood the world, and how can this all be?
If there really is a good God, why is the world so messed up, right? Why is it the way it is, right?
Exactly.
Oh.
But I wanted to believe, and I wanted to talk to him all the time. And so I went from youth group to youth group and church to church in different denominations, trying to find if anyone had answers to this God that I wanted to believe in.
You were on a spiritual journey, it seems.
Yeah,
Right.
I wanted to find him. And I feel like I didn't exactly give up, but I wasn't exactly trying either. I was just in school, I was in high school, just trying to get good grades, do well. When I moved to Florida, so I was from New York, I moved to Florida in my junior year of high school, so that was rough for me as well, because in the middle of the school year, when one of the first days of class, this girl in front of me turned around, and she was just like, I know this is going to sound really strange, but do you want to go to Bible study?
Wow.
And I was just like, sure. And so I feel like when I stopped looking, he still came to me.
Wow.
And then I fell off again. So when he met me, I wasn't in school at all. I had good grades, but I just didn't go to college. I didn't want to go. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I was just lost. I had no purpose at all. At least that's what it felt like.
Right. Mark, tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so my family kind of sort of went to church. We went just about every Sunday, but it wasn't anything of substance. So we would go, I would play, you would play church. So you show up every Sunday, you sing, you sit back down, stand up again, you sing, not really having any sort of connection. And that's pretty much what's my experience been this entire time. But I can genuinely say that I, unlike my wife, was not looking for God at all, actively not searching for him, going out of my way to live the life that I wanted to live, because that's what you're supposed to do, aren't you? That's what my teachers have told me, my parents have told me. So that's what I did.
Life seems to have other priorities than God, right?
Yeah, and if there was him, if he did exist, then surely he would understand that.
So how did God come into the picture with you two?
Honestly, besides the rudimentary beginnings that I had with my family that kind of introduced that there was a God, we believed in one, kind of like her family, was not looking for him. It wasn't until university that I had a professor. And I just signed up for this class. It was called African American Religion. I was like, it sounds pretty cool. I don't know what this is. I know nothing about this stuff. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn. I don't know this stuff. So I was like, all right, let's see what happens. So I took it, and I remember something I'll never forget. I walked into class, I sat down, and the professor, he says, okay, guys, welcome to African American religion. I just want to let you all know that African American religion is Christianity. So I just wanted to let you know that. So that's what this class is going to be about. And then for the entire fall semester, he talked about race in America and the impact that Christianity had in it. And I had never, ever seen this before in my entire, I was like blown away. This was in a typical state university, you know, it's in New York, you know.
You wouldn't expect that in a state university.
No, I'm just, yeah, let me hear about racism. These are the things that we need to talk about, you know. Yeah, sure, so I'm gonna sit in. And I was like, Christianity, what does this have anything to do with race? You know, and he linked it up, and then all of a sudden he's talking about all these different things about Christianity I've never heard before. And from that point, the overwhelming evidence that he gave me, my old worldview, it seems so insignificant.
It seems that your whole reality was changing during this time.
After this point, like, I had felt like I had been lied to by just people in general trying to feed me things like how I'm supposed to live. And when I was told how it actually is, I genuinely was very offended. And I went on this, I guess you could say, spiritual journey of fire. And I was like, how could you say these things to me? And especially with my background and having a troubled home that I come from. So things were very different from that point.
Now we have the man who changed the Renteria's lives right here in the studio with us today. Dr. Major G. Coleman is a law professor at the North Carolina Central University School of Law. He has a PhD in political science from the University of Chicago and a law degree from the University of Maryland. He has practiced law for many years with the federal government and is an expert on the political economy of race, evidence, the scientific method, formal argument, critical thinking, and logic. Let's welcome to Hope at Night, Major Coleman.